Jamestown 107.1.
Jamestown Eagles baseball is brought to you by Creative Energy and Dan Superstop, Dakota Central, Hugo's Family Marketplace, Otter Tail Power Company, Professional Eye Care Centers, The Frontier Ford Grill, Unison Bank, Hillerud Construction, SMP Health Ave Maria, Gun and Reel Sports, Essentia Health, Farmers Union Insurance, Steve Benyon Agent, Jamestown Country Club, Originals, Apex Physical Therapy, Jamestown Parks and Recreation, Johnny B's Brickhouse, Buffalo City Diesel, RM Stout, and Pit Stop Express Lube. Now, Jamestown Eagles baseball.
They've been a traveling band lately, these Jamestown Eagles. Now there's a little bit of time at home. And Sam Joseph hopes that his team will have better fortune now that they'll be on their home field for at least a little bit through tonight anyway, and they don't have to travel very far for their next trip over the weekend. But they're just looking to turn things around. This is an Eagles team that has now dropped 9 of their last 11. They have only won 1 of their 6 AA league games so far. They are having to do again without one of their main players and looking for others, including a youngster who made his debut with the Eagles last night to help pick things up. Their opponent today, a team that is also starting, they think, to turn things around after an unusually slow start. Bismarck went into their tournament action last weekend only at 5-6. This program has traditionally been a lot better than that. Well, they won 4 out of 5 in their tournament in Omaha and then lost in the quarterfinal round. But they hope they have turned a corner a little bit. Still a lot of AA action to go for the Jamestown Eagles. Yes, still time to turn things around. It is only the 24th of June, but they'd like to start that today. We're at Jack Brown Stadium as the Jamestown Eagles host the Bismarck Governors in the AA Legion doubleheader. Good day from the Buffalo City's Jack Brown Stadium. David Burrow with you, and glad you're with us on Jamestown 107.1. We're also on the Heritage Signal of I3G Media in Jamestown, 1400 AM. And also, you know, you can watch today's first game of the doubleheader. We'll have game 1 for you, and then we'll join Twins baseball. But watch it. We have the link to it at newsdakota.com, and it is brought to you by Johnny B's Brickhouse. The record for the Eagles is now at 6-14. Just 1-5 in league play. And as it has been for a lot of the Eagles so far, it has been a struggle on the mound for Jackson Colpin after both at the mound at the plate after good years for both with the Blue Jays. He had 4 wins for the Blue Jays, but he's 0-3 to start his Eagles season with an ERA north of 6. In fact, that's nearly the Eagles' ERA in their first 20 games. So Jackson and everybody else will try to make it better today as they'll go against the Tate Shawner and the Bismarck Governors, who now stand at 9-8 in an overall record. But they're only 1-3 in league play. They won the first half of their first doubleheader against Minot, but then lost the nightcap and then lost both ends to a good Fargo post team, 2 team in their second doubleheader. It's the 2 Fargo teams that are at the top of the league, and we'll run over that as we have the opportunity later on. And I don't know if this is symbolic or what, but normally we have seen Jamestown Eagles and Blue Jays teams, at least in the 2 years we've been here, in the first base dugout at Jack Brown Stadium. The Eagles today are in the third base dugout. We'll see if that portends a change to something better. The SMP Health Ave Maria pregame show. Glad you're with us, Jack Brown Stadium. Come on over, and we'll mention it with Sam Joseph in just a moment. A very special reason for you to come over today to help out someone who is in need of help again. A benefit for her today. We'll explain that as we move along. But next, you'll hear from the Eagles head coach, Sam Joseph. Jamestown Eagles, Bismarck Governors, Legion Baseball, just ahead on Jamestown 107.1.
Before you can start building a business, you have to have great builders. Hillerud Construction is a builder of high-quality commercial buildings, and they're hiring talented labor and carpenters to help them do just that. vacation, paid holidays, 401k, and health insurance benefits for full-time employees, plus great pay depending on experience. Apply at 1008 2nd Avenue Southeast, Jamestown, or visit HillerudConstruction.com. Again, visit HillerudConstruction.com, and let's get building.
Do you want to make sure homework time isn't spent on games and video streaming? Dakota Central can help. With Experience IQ, you set limits to ensure your kids aren't playing when they should be doing homework. With premium managed Wi-Fi from Dakota Central, you can create healthier internet habits for your children from the easy-to-use Command IQ app. Learn more about premium Wi-Fi and Experience IQ today at www.dakotacentral.com.
Where do you find the friendliest staff, the largest selection, lowest prices, and the freshest produce? Hugo's in Jamestown. But if you can't wait to go to the store, Hugo's Family Marketplace offers online shopping. You can shop all the departments and all the sales at hugos.com. Once you're done shopping, choose pickup or Hugo's delivery service, and they'll do the in-store shopping for you. Hugo's Family Marketplace, online shopping at hugos.com.
You're gonna find more low prices, more great stuff when you go to Hugo's.
The S&P Alta Ave Maria pregame show, Jack Brown Stadium. And it's the Jamestown Eagles back to AA play today against the Bismarck Governors and head coach Sam Joseph. It's a bit of a rough stretch lately, although a lot of fun for your team to get the travel and certainly bond. But, there's still a lot of time. That's the good thing for things to go better with this team, as I know you feel they can.
Yeah, lots of learning, issues, or lots of learning stuff out here with us right now. I don't know if we're struggling. It's more of just learning what we can and cannot do. Right now, obviously, we've been doing little things with the lineup here and there. We still don't have Thomas Newman in the lineup, full time. So we're trying to deal with life without Thomas Newman. But the younger kids got to step up, and that's what they're doing right now. So.
You've got hitters on this team, and I know people who like to say in baseball things tend to even out. So do you subscribe to that and thinking, hey, the hitting's going to come around on this team eventually?
I'm not really just looking we're just looking to have good at-bats, right now. We're getting a lot better with having good at-bats, having good approaches up at the plate, and then getting up there and then just executing. That's the thing. We also, again, with the young bucks that we have on the team, we also have a lot of nerves and a lot of emotions that we have to deal with as well. So, there's a lot going on, but right now we're right where we need to be.
You and I have talked a lot before about situational hitting. Is that one of the things that's you're looking to improve for this ball club?
Yeah, right now I believe that the youth, our age has a lot to do with it. We just want to go up there and hit the ball off the wall or hit it over the fence. There's a lot more to it, and the young bucks are learning it a little bit more, and they're being put in situations where they're starting to see why we're asking them to do those kind of things. It's, again, each day, step by step with them.
What's your pitching plan for today?
We're going to go with our big unit, Jackson Copen, and then everybody else after. So.
And see how it goes. And I know Jackson feels, the numbers, he doesn't like the numbers he's put up, and he has shown, he's just did in the Blue Jays season, and he's certainly capable of good things on the mound.
Yeah, he is. He had a couple outings there which didn't go his way. It's part of the game. He's not, getting, squared up. There's a lot of rollovers and getting jammed. That balls are just landing in no man's land, and it just happens. Catching the lip of the infield, and then boom, the ball pops up. So you can't really do much about that. We just gotta, stay with our plan and throw strikes and let our defense do some work.
Just one more thing, as I talked to Sam, he's wearing a pink T-shirt for a very good reason, helping out Lindsay Cachocho tonight, who has been through a lot and is going through a lot again.
You want me to cry, huh? Yeah, Lindsay and Boyer are family, so they're godparents to my youngest, and we feel for them and just showing them love today.
Sam, thank you. Good luck.
Yeah, thanks.
And coming up, more on the S&P Alta Ave Maria pregame show from Jack Brown Stadium, Jamestown and Bismarck, here on Jamestown 107.1.
You know you don't really want that hurry-up, bought on the cheap, not sure what I got insurance coverage. Good, because Farmers Union insurance agents do things just a little different. We'll work with you personally for home, auto, business, or farm insurance and tailor the exact coverage plan you need, because we're not satisfied until you are. Different? You bet. Farmers Union Insurance. Simply different.
Good luck to the Blue Jays and Jimmies from your local Farmers Union agent, Steve Benyon.
Not all products underwritten by Farmers Union Insurance.
Otter Tail Power Company would like to remind you about the importance of high school athletics in the lives of children. Those extracurricular activities play a role in the education and development of those kids involved and provide a way for kids to learn some of life's most important lessons. Lessons that'll take them through life with a sense of accomplishment and pride. Otter Tail Power Company would like to salute those athletes, coaches, and fans who make every season one to remember.
The Frontier Fort invites you in for a true Dakota Territory dining experience. This unique location looks like an authentic 1800s fort. Head upstairs and you'll be greeted with the mouth-watering aroma of freshly grilled ribeyes and barbecued ribs. They're open from 4 to 9 Monday through Saturday, and their legendary prime rib is served on Fridays and Saturdays. Call 252-7492 for takeout. The Frontier Fort, on the road to the Buffalo in Jamestown.
When you're working outdoors, unpredictability is the norm. Tackle your toughest jobs with the 2025 Honda Pioneer 700. This rugged side-by-side brings the power with reliable torque for towing and smooth shifting for the trails. Choose from 3 trims, Standard, Deluxe, or the True Timber Forest Edition. See the 2025 Honda Pioneer 700 at Gun and Reel Sports, downtown Jamestown. For your safety, read the owner's manual, wear a helmet, eye protection, close side nets and doors, and always wear seatbelts. Honda side-by-sides are for riders 16 and older.
Some of us were born to farm. Some diesels, like Cenex Premium Diesel, were born to fuel. Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster comes with a more complete additive package for a more complete burn to reduce particulate matter and keep filters cleaner for longer. Fuel your equipment like a pro with Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster and leave typical number 2 diesel to the amateurs. Cenex Premium Diesel. Diesel that doesn't mess around.
Need some custom screen printed t-shirts? Lots of t-shirts? You need originals.
Originals!
Or do you just need one shirt with your corporate logo for the new guy?
Originals!
Caps, jackets, U sizes, adult sizes, Blue Jay apparel, Jimmy apparel. You need originals. There you have it, folks. For custom printed apparel, embroidery, and work apparel, it's Originals. They can also do online stores for your sports team or business. 216 First Avenue, downtown Jamestown. Open 9 to 5 weekdays. Visit originals.com.
Seems like spring is more than just around the corner. It could stay any day now. So get ready with a Jamestown Country Club membership. Our 18-hole championship course, bar, and restaurant will be waiting for you when the season opens. Sign up now for your membership and be prepared to hit the ground running or golfing as soon as spring arrives. Visit jamestowncountry.club or email jcc58401@gmail.com today. Buy now and be ready to play this spring at the Jamestown Country Club.
At Jack Brown Stadium, the Jamestown Eagles are hosting the Bismarck Governors. We'll have game 1 of the doubleheader on Jamestown 107.1. Then we'll join Twins baseball as they will try to get things right themselves, hosting Seattle. We mentioned with Sam Joseph, a benefit is going on tonight for Jamestown Middle School counselor Lindsay Cachocho, who is again going through the difficult struggle that is breast cancer and is needing to head to the Mayo Clinic. So if you're headed here, gate receipts, concession receipts, all are going to help out Lindsay. Plus, there's going to be a free will offering, and you heard Sam Joseph, as you can understand, a little choked up as to how much the Cachochos mean to him. And our best of luck to them. All right, so now the Eagles will try to get it going here as Jackson Colpin is on the mound. And the struggle that Jackson has had, as we say, has been both at the plate and on the mound. in the Eagles season. Jackson is 0-3 in 15 and a third innings. His ERA is 6.39, 20 runs, 14 earned, 22 hits. He's only struck out 10. He's walked 12. Opponents are batting .328 against him. Bismarck's lineup. The Governors have Evan Fuchs playing at second base, and he is the leadoff batter. Ben Watson is the center fielder batting second. Joey Kralik, the first baseman, hitting third. The third baseman is the cleanup hitter, Cash Weisenberger. Jackson Herman's the DH, and he is fifth. Cooper Miller, the shortstop, is sixth. The right fielder, Drew Taylor, batting seventh. Riker Zietz is the catcher, hitting eighth. And Rakowski, the left fielder, bats ninth for the Bismarck Governors. Taking it around defensively for Jamestown. Bennett Gainers at first with Hudson Rohde at second. The shortstop, K.O. Verke, and Edison Walters at third. Nolan Maulding in his second game of the Eagles. His first was last night in the loss in Mandan. He's in left. Braxton Perkins in center, and Mason Joseph in right, with Cody Bush behind the plate. Colpin has completed his warm-up tosses. Jamestown, mainly white uniforms with the blue across the top of the chest and the top of the shoulders, with Jamestown in white. Otherwise, the numerals and letters are blue. Bismarck's uniforms are red. They have white numerals and letters. Blue caps, red bill. And Colpin delivers the first pitch low to Evan Fuchs. And our first pitch of today's game is brought to you by RM Stout, your Ford, Dodge, and Jeep dealer in Jamestown. Next pitch foul back, evens the count of the ball and a strike. Next 1-on-1 bounce to third, and Edison Walters throw a little wide, but Gainer is able to get his foot in the bag, and that's how this opener of the doubleheader begins. There's one away here on the top of the first inning. Then Watson, the center fielder, bats second. A lot of these players as the first pitch misses low from a good Century team. Some from Bismarck High. Line drive right at Walters, and Edison makes the catch. 2 up and 2 down in the top of the first inning. A bullet by Watson, but Andy Walters, even with a bag at third base, is able to make the catch. And here comes big Joey Kralik, and he's first ball hitting down the left field line. Over goes Maulding. Nolan's in foul ground. He makes the catch. And a very nice start for Jackson Colpin. He needs only 5 pitches to make his way to the top of the first inning. After 1/2 inning on Jamestown 107.1 on the Gunner Real Sports scoreboard, Bismarck nothing, Jamestown coming to bat. Not long ago, we gave you the Pit Stop Express Loop batting order for the Bismarck Governors. Now let's tell you what it is for the Jamestown Eagles. Nolan Maulding, the left fielder, leads off. The shortstop, K.O. Verke, hits second. It's Bennett Gainer at first base. He's the cleanup man. Pitcher, cleanup hitter, Jackson Colpin. Center fielder Braxton Perkins hits fifth. Mason Joseph in right field sixth. Catcher Cody Bush seventh. Third baseman Edison Walters bats eighth. Hudson Rohde at second base and batting ninth. Tate Shaner, who was a good pitcher during the high school season and returning here for Bismarck, is on the mound for them. The right-hander has this defense around him. Joey Kralik's at first. The second baseman is Evan Fuchs. Shortstop Cooper Miller and Cash Weisenberger's at third. Aiden Rakowski in left. The center fielder Ben Watson and Drew Taylor in right, with Riker Zietz behind the plates. And the Eagles rotating their coaches. Jim Rolson at the moment in the first base coaching box. Nobody is out at third yet. Again, the Eagles made the switch. They are in the third base dugout today. And that's the one when the Jimmies play here they use. But as we say, we've seen the Blue Jays and Eagles use the first base dugout. Well, the Eagles are occupying down the third base line today. Stillwell. I believe that's Lucan, the third base coaching box. Well, here is Nolan Molding, the young man brought up. Left-handed batter, made his first start as an Eagle last night in the 11-6 9-inning game loss in Mandan. Went 1 for 4 and was hit by a pitch. First pitch is high from Tate Shaner. So to give this team a little bit more of left-handed help and hopefully some hitting help while Newman can't play. Bounce on the right side of the infield. One big hop for Fuchs at second. Throws for the out. And there's one up and one down in the bottom of the first inning. And now shortstop Cale Verkey. Another one of those that's trying to put it together at the plate. Just 204, 10 for 49. He does have a double and a triple, and he's driven in 6 runs, and he's stolen 10 bases. But there's the other factor that's missing with Newman out of the lineup. First swing and a miss is the stolen bases that Newman has had. He had over 30 in the Blue Jays season, and he's had 18 in the games he's played for the Eagles. Next one misses high, counts even at a ball and a strike. Watch this game, newsdakota.com. We have the link to it. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a foul back to the backstop. 1-2. Mr. Cody Barrett ably doing the job with video today for us, and always glad to have the senior to be, who was telling us about his latest field exploits. Swing and a miss. Down goes Verkey, and it's 2 up and 2 down. Shaner just came at him with some heat, and Verkey couldn't catch up. Here's Bennett Gaynor, and he's the one man who's really been consistent offensively, one of a couple. Bennett's at 308, 16 of 52, 2 doubles, driven in 7, and he takes a strike. Coming into this game, and it's a little hard to believe, this Eagles team batting average was 222. You know, they can hit the ball, but they haven't shown it so far. Swing and a miss, and again bringing the heat is Tate Shaner. Now it's strike 2. Down in order in the first went the Governors. Eagles 2 up and 2 down. Next pitch misses high, and it's 1-2. Cody Barrett was telling us that for the first time recently, he did the hammer throw. So it was a little bit of an adjustment. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Down goes Gaynor. And it's a 1-2-3 opening inning also for Tate Shaner on the mound for Bismarck. One complete on the Gunner Real Sports scoreboard at Jack Brown Stadium. Glad you're with us. Bismarck nothing and Jamestown nothing. Game 1 of this Legion baseball doubleheader for you here on Jamestown 107.1.
This is the sound of a good old-fashioned garage. It's called Pit Stop Express Lube and More in downtown Jamestown at 117 4th Street Northwest. Mike is reminding you to have them look at your tires, shocks, brakes, and wipers before you take the family on vacation this summer. They believe in making sure their customers' vehicles are perfectly maintained for safety. No appointment necessary for oil changes. Pit Stop Express Lube and More. Call 952-7867.
Inning 2 at Jack Brown Stadium. Cash Weisenberger, Jackson Herman, Cooper Miller, middle 3 in the order for Bismarck. Each team went down 1, 2, 3 in the first inning. Mike Skytland, the veteran head coach in his 22nd year. A lot of players in this program have gone on to play college ball. A lot of players from this Governor program also coaching around college ball. One player who is helping out Skytland is the Jimmy Ben Patton, who had a very good year this year. He's working as a volunteer assistant for the 3rd year. Good first inning for Jackson Colpin. He'll try to keep it up in the second. Cash Weisenberger, the 3rd baseman, is the leadoff batter for Bismarck, and he takes ball 1 high. Little haze, thin clouds, otherwise pretty pleasant. Bounder a big hop. Walters all right under his glove and into short left field. On is Weisenberger, back to retrieve it is K.O. Verke, but an error by Walters has the leadoff man on for Bismarck here in the top of the second inning. A good hop for Edison, but then the ball just skidded right under his glove. He didn't put it down. And Jackson Herman, the designated hitter, is the batter for Bismarck. Colpin's first pitch, a bunt down the third base line. Walters picks it up, throws to first in time, and Weisenberger is down to second base as the sacrifice is successful. And there's one out here in the Bismarck second in a scoreless game. The shortstop, Cooper Miller, is at the bat. Right-handed batter. Red tops for Bismarck. White across the middle of the chest with Bismarck in blue letters. First pitch misses low. Great pants. Pretty good lead off second by Weisenberger. Next pitch is fouled. Bush takes a look, but it's out of play. Now it's 1-1. An error, then a sacrifice to put a runner in scoring position for Bismarck here in the top of the second in a scoreless game. Colpin looks back, now fires, and low, and skidding away from the catcher Bush. And down to third goes Cash Weisenberger. So now the count is 2-1, and the first run of this game is only 90 feet away for Bismarck. 1-3 in the league. Jamestown 1-5. Both teams trying to turn it around. Next pitch in there for a strike. Good breaking ball by Colpin, evens the count at 2-2. Could use his first strikeout of this game right here. Miller waits, and now he punches it up the middle, and this one's off the glove of Verke, who had to come way to his left and was front of the second base bag, but he can't handle it. In to score is Weisenberger, and Bismarck has taken a 1-0 lead. Here, but there will be an RBI given here. A foul at the plate by Drew Taylor, who is up. The right fielder, seventh hitter in the order. Next pitch, missed a little inside, 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So a couple of errors, sacrifice of plated a run for Bismarck here in the top of the second inning. Next delivery low, backhand stop by Bush. Count even 2-2. Not much of a lead by Miller. Next one low, but a good block this time by Bush. Now the count's full at 3-2. Watch this game, newsdakota.com. It's where you can find the link, or you can go to the Jamestown 107.1 Sports YouTube channel. It's brought to you by our friends at Johnny B's Brickhouse. Payoff pitch to Taylor is fouled to the Bismarck dugout on the first base side. Cooper Miller trots back to first. Bennett Gaynor holds him on there. Miller has not taken much of a lead. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Drew Taylor. Colpin's next. In there, strike 3. His first strikeout is a much-needed one for Colpin. Now there are 2 down, and that brings up catcher Riker Zietz. Z-I-E-T-Z. First delivery is on the first pitch, bounce to the mound, right of the mound. Throwing over for the out is Colpin. Came right off the mound and easily made that play. But Bismarck, without a hit, pushes across the first run of the game. 1 run, no hits, 2 errors, wild pitch, sacrifice, and a runner left. to the bottom of the second inning on the Gun and Reel Sports Scoreboard here in Jamestown 107.1. We have game one of this doubleheader for you. And now it is Bismarck 1, Jamestown nothing.
Attention all physical therapists and physical therapy assistants. Are you ready to love where you work? At Apex Physical Therapy and Wellness Center, we're hiring. And this isn't just another job opportunity. Here, you'll enjoy a true work-life balance, a comprehensive benefits package, and a positive, supportive team culture. And we're offering a signing bonus for you to come on board. This is your chance to grow your passion while making a real impact in the lives of our patients. Apply now at apexptwellness.com.
Apex Physical Therapy and Wellness Center. Physical medicine with personal connection.
Middle three in the Jamestown Eagle order. Bottom of the second inning, Jackson Colpin, Braxton Perkins, and Mason Joseph against Tate Shaner, who needed just 10 pitches to have a 1-2-3 opening inning. Bismarck on top 1-0. A couple of errors helped the first run of this game score in the top of this inning. Jackson Colpin, and this is how baseball can be. He hit over 360 this season for the Blue Jays, but at the start of the Eagles season, he's just at 234, 11-47, 3 doubles. He's driven in 6. Tate Shaner with his first pitch to him here misses inside. Pretty telling statement in our pregame by head coach San Joseph. Bouncer foul past third makes it 1-1. Basically, goodness, we're just trying to hit home runs every time. Just get on base. Next one is low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Over swinging can lead to struggling at the plate. 2-1 delivery. Is a pop-up right side of the infield. Who wants it? It's the shortstop. That's Miller, and now he has it. He was over there close to the first baseman Fuchs, but Miller had it all the way, called him off. There's 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning with Braxton Perkins, center fielder for the Eagles, at the bat. 262 for Braxton. He's 11-42. 2 doubles, 6 runs batted in. First pitch from Tate Shaner, inside and high. It is to the Fargo-Moorhead Invitational Tournament for the Eagles this weekend. Bismarck's going to be there too, but they're going to play in different pools. Next one way inside. That nearly hit him. Back to the backstop it goes, makes the count 2-0. Governors Bismarck's pool is going to be in Fargo. The Eagles will play in the pool in Moorhead this weekend. Ground ball up the middle is the game's first base hit for either team, and Braxton Perkins has it for Jamestown. So Brax is on, and Mason Joseph's at the bat. Mason, 289. He has hit well, 13-45. 3 doubles, a triple, 7 runs batted in. Perkins has stolen a couple of bases. Let's see if the runners will be in motion a lot here. Shaner's first pitch, strike on the inside corner to Joseph. Lead a couple of steps, not a great deal of a lead by Perkins. Shaner hasn't looked over there yet. Now he's 7-0-1, and it bounces in, but a good block by the catcher, Riker Zietz. Used his whole body to block that ball and keep it in front of him. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-0 Bismarck. Jamestown has the tying run on in the bottom of the second in game 1 of this doubleheader. Next pitch. Inside and hit him. Back part of the left thigh. And now the go-ahead run is on for the Eagles. And Cody Bush comes up. This is a versatile player. He can play in the infield. He can play in the outfield. He can also catch, which is what he's doing in this game. 222, a double. He has the Eagles' only home run so far, and he's driven an 8. So Braxton Perkins at second and Mason Joseph at first. First baseman Graylick inching toward the grass, thinking there might be a bunt on here. Not this time. Strike call. Getting toward the bottom part, in the bottom part of the Jamestown order, but we're showing no sign of bunting. Shaner looks at second, looks there again, looks there again. Now he pitches. And it misses a little low. Ball and a strike to Cody Bush. Chance for him here. He has 5 hits and 20 at-bats and 8 runs batted in with runners in scoring position. And there's a runner on second and also a runner on first. The 1-1 is a little bit low. 2 balls, 1 strike. Hitters count now for Bush. Tate Shaner retired the first 4, but a single and a hit batsman have a little life for Jamestown's Eagles in the bottom of the second, down 1-0. Look at second again. Shaner fires, swing and a miss, not able to hold up his swing as Bush. On a low pitch, and that evens the count now at 2-2. Shaner. Strikeout wouldn't be bad for him here. He had 2 in the opening inning. Next pitch swing and a miss. And again, Bush could not stop that swing on a low pitch. And now there are 2 down. Cody not able to move the runners, so it'll take a 2-out hit from Edison Walters. The Eagle third baseman is 7 of 28. That's 250. Has a double. He's driven in 9 runs. Eagles trying not to let a big scoring chance go by, down 1-0 to Bismarck in the bottom of the second. Shaner straightens, throws back to second, and the ball dribbled a few feet away from Evan Fuchs, but he's able to pick it up. The throw was there, and it would have been a very close play, but Fuchs didn't hang on to it. Another look back by Shaner. Walters awaits the first one to him. It's coming, and it's a strike on the inside. First and second, 2 down. Walters has driven 8 runs with runners in scoring position, 4 for 12. 0-1 delivery from Shaner after 3 more looks at second. Strike on the inside corner, and it's 0-2. And now they have the runner caught. Perkins between second and third, but he slid in time. But now he's trying to score. There's no one covering home plate. It is a 1-1 game. How about that? That turns out to be a steal of both third and home by Braxton Perkins, who it appeared had been caught in no man's land, but instead beat the rundown play at third, and with the catcher Zeitz running down to cover third, no one covered home, and now Walters swings and misses to end the inning. But the Eagles literally steal a run. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, 3 stolen bases, 2 by Perkins, and 1 left. Well, you have to do what you have to do sometimes, right? And the Eagles will take it because that's even this game back up. On Jamestown 107.1, on the Gun and Reel Sports scoreboard at the end of 2 innings of play. Now it's Bismarck 1, Jamestown 1.
Are you looking for a rewarding job and a great environment where you can make a difference in someone else's life every day? SMP Health Ave Maria in Jamestown is looking for you. Visit smphealth.org/Ave Maria and click on the Careers tab to find the most up-to-date openings available. smphealth.org/Ave Maria. They're currently looking for nurses, housekeepers, CNAs, and universal assistants. Be sure to visit the website if you're interested and qualified for any of the positions that are open at smphealth.org/Ave Maria.
It was a heads-up play by Braxton Perkins after he, it appeared, looked to be dead to rights, but the slide enabled him to avoid the tag on the rundown, and then when Zeitz came from behind the plate, and he was 75 feet down the third baseline, and when Perkins saw that, he was just able to trot home with another stolen base in the tying run. Aiden Rakowski, the left fielder, leads off in the top of the third inning for the Bismarck Governors. Pitch misses low. 1 ball, 1 strike is the count. Next one a little low. 2 balls and 1 strike. 2 errors, a sacrifice bunt, and a wild pitch brought the Bismarck run home in the top of the second. Next pitch is past Bush. And that makes the count at 3 balls and 1 strike. And the next one bounces in 2-4. Bush will have to chase that down near the backstop. And Bismarck has the leadoff man on the Rakowski walk for the second straight inning. Back to the top of the Governor order and Evan Fuchs. Game 1 again of this doubleheader for you here on Jamestown 107.1, and then we'll join Twins baseball against Seattle at Target Field. First pitch a strike to Fuchs, who grounded out in the opening inning. 1-1, top of the third. Pretty interesting start to this game, huh? Jackson Colpin. Next one to Fuchs. His bounce left side, picked up by the shortstop Verkey to second for 1 to first is safe. Just able to beat it out as Fuchs. Eagles nearly turned a pretty nice double play, but Fuchs was hoofing it down the line, and he replaces Rakowski on the base pass. 1 down, and center fielder Ben Watson at the bat. Hit it hard, but right at third baseman Edison Walters in the first inning. First pitch, low, and able to stop his swing was Watson, ball 1. Bennett Gaynor holds the runner, Fuchs on. About a 3-step lead. Next delivery is fouled straight back. 1-1 now to Ben Watson. As Bismarck still looks for their first hit. 9-8, their overall record. But as we say, better play for them down in Omaha last week. And bounced foul to the right of the Eagle dugout on the third base side. And it's 1-2 to Watson. Jackson Colpin ready with a 1-2. Bounce to the left side. This one is past Walters and down the left field line. The first hit for Bismarck. Watson stops at second. Joey Kralik, the batter. First ball hitting to end the top of the first inning. He fouled out down the left field line right to Nolan Molding. But right here, he has first and second with 1 out. This young man has some power. First pitch to him. Strike on the inside. Jackson Colpin has given up a hit, a walk in this inning. A look at second. Now the pitch. Missed outside, and Kralik stopped his swing. Ball and a strike to Joey. Fuchs at second, Watson at first. 1 down. Kralik with a bouncer to the right side, taken by Verkey. Steps in the bag for 1, throws the first double play. This time the Eagles complete it, and Verkey knowing where he was, stepped right on the bag and completed the 2 for the price of 1. And that holds Bismarck off the board in the top of the 3rd inning. In the 3rd for the Governors, no runs. They did have their first hit. No errors, double play, and 1 left. Through 2.5 on the Gun and Reel Sports scoreboard. Jack Brown Stadium, game 1 of this Double-A Legion doubleheader, has Bismarck and Jamestown squared at 1 on Jamestown 107.1.
It's Twins baseball season, and at RM Stout Incorporated, we're hitting a grand slam of deals on new and used vehicles. Just like the Twins, we're dedicated to winning for you. From sleek sedans and SUVs to powerful trucks, find your perfect ride at RM Stout Inc. We've got the selection, the service, and the financing options you need. So root for the Twins and cruise on down to RM Stout today. Visit us in Jamestown. Call 701-252-2270 or browse online at stoutcars.com. RM Stout Incorporated, for the best value.
Hudson Rhodey leads off for Jamestown. Bottom of the 3rd inning, Eagles and the Bismarck Governors, and a pretty interesting so far 1-1 game. Tate Shaner's first pitch to Hudson is in there for a strike. Only 152 for Hudson, just 5 hits and 33 at-bats. He has scored 10 runs. He has a double and 2 runs batted in. Shaner kicks and delivers the next, and it's a fly ball down the right field line, but Taylor has a play on it, makes the catch, and there's the first out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Back to the top of the Eagle order, and left fielder, left-handed batter Nolan Maulding, who grounded out to second in the opening inning, now 1 for 5 as an Eagle. First one from Shaner to him, outside and high. We will let you know as we move along what is coming up for the Eagles. And we'll tell you about the remainder of our Eagle broadcast next month, too. Ball 2 low and away. To Maulding. RBI single form last night in Mandan. Strike on the outside corner makes the count 2-1. Jim Peterson, Fargo Moorhead tournament is ahead this weekend, as we mentioned earlier, for the Eagles. Low and away, and the count is now 3-1 to Nolan Maulding. They have 3 games over 2 days in Moorhead, Friday and Saturday. Next pitch is bouncer foul at the plate. Now the count is full at 3-2. Maulding back in. Shaner ready with a payoff pitch with 1 out and nobody on in the bottom of the 3rd in a 1-1 game, and it's fouled off the catcher's eats. You may have seen on the schedule a game that was set here for Thursday with the Valley City Royals post 60, but that's been canceled. So Friday in Moorhead is when the Eagles will next play after this doubleheader tonight. 3-2 to Maulding. Bounced past the mound, left side charging is Weisenberger. Throws across his body and throws him out, and he was behind the mound when he completed a very good play. 2 down, an excellent play by Cash Weisenberger. And Cale Verkey comes up. Not an easy play. Weisenberger was on the run all the way on a slowly hit ball to his left all the time. That means the right-handed thrower had to come across his body. Well done. Verkey struck out in the first inning, and the first one bounces about 4 feet in front of the plate. Hamill, Minnesota, will be who the Eagles play on Friday in their first game in that Fargo Moorhead Memorial Tournament. 1-0 pitch. Low ball 2. Then the games Saturday will be against Tri-City and the Moorhead Blues at Matson Field in Moorhead, all of those games. And then more game on Sunday. 2-0 in their first run. Then it's the Mandan A's here next Tuesday at Jack Brown Stadium. 2-1. Low makes the count 3-1. And then on the 4th of July weekend, the Phil Brown Classic. Always a big event here. 3-1 to K.O. Verke. Shaner's next way high, and it's ball 4. So Jamestown is a 2-out base runner here in the bottom of the 3rd. Tied at 1 with Bismarck. And Bennett Gaynor comes up. He struck out to end the first inning. Verke can run. He's stolen 10 bases. Shaner looks over there. Gaynor digs his way in. Runner on first, 2 down. Shaner delivers. And it is rolling foul down the first base line. Good pitch there from Shaner. Really jammed Verke. Or Gaynor, I should say. Verke makes his way back to first, and Gaynor's back to the plate. Goes away the little guard that had fallen off. It's down to Luke Stillwell for his sign. Down on the count 0-1. Shaner with the next, and it's off of Shaner this one and rolls to the second baseman Fuchs, and then it rolls under his glove. Gaynor is on. When the ball deflected off of Tate Shaner, slowed it down, and then Evan Fuchs tried to handle it but couldn't. That is a scratch base hit. And now, a visit to the mound brought to you by Hillaroo Construction as Jamestown again has 2 on. They had 2 on, 1 out in the second. Scored their 1 run on the hustle of Braxton Perkins stealing third at home as he beat out a rundown and then stole home. Now there are 2 out as there are first and second here in the bottom of the 3rd. And Jackson Colpin would love for now to be the start of a turnaround at the plate for him. Popped out his first time. Watch game 1 of this doubleheader. Find the link at newsdakota.com. K.O. Verke at second, Bennett Gaynor at first. A 1-1 game, bottom of the 3rd, but Jamestown threatening to gain the lead. Shaner's first pitch is in for a strike. So a big, big opportunity here for Colpin. Runners with their leads. Shaner now up to 45 pitches. He's had to throw a few in the last couple innings. Next one. Strike on the outside corner makes the count 0-2. How's Colpin doing with runners in scoring position? 4 for 16 with 5 runs batted in. But he's down on the count now, 0-2. Shaner looks at second. Now the 0-2 delivery is slapped to the left side. Backhand by the shortstop Miller, but no play anywhere. An infield hit for Colpin. Back-to-back infield safeties load the bases. And that brings up Braxton Perkins. Braxton has scored the Eagle run. As we mentioned, he did so by beating out that rundown stealing third, and then when no one was covering home, he basically walked home. Perkins has been up once with the bases loaded this season for the Eagles. He struck out. Shaner would like that here. First pitch, high and inside. 1-1 last of the third, but Jamestown has the bases loaded and 2 down. They stranded a runner in the second inning. Shaner's next delivery. Swinging a foul back. Late swing on that one by Perkins. Got a piece of it, but that evens the count. Right foot right on the inside part of that batter's box. Shaner's next delivery is a pop-up right side. It's into the right field line, and over to make the catch is Taylor, and foul ground to retire the side, and a big threat leads eventually to nothing for Jamestown. In the Eagle third, no runs, 2 hits, a walk, but they leave them loaded. Jamestown is now stranded 4, and we are through 3 on the Gunner Reel Sports scoreboard on Jamestown 107.1. And still, it's a 1-1 game, Bismarck and Jamestown.
Two Rivers Activity Center in Jamestown is hiring. Do you like interacting with people? Do you enjoy a fun, upbeat atmosphere and a clean workspace? If so, the perfect opportunity awaits you at Track. They're currently hiring for a variety of part-time positions for lifeguard and guest service and wellness attendants. They'll work with your existing schedule, whether you already have another job or are a college student. Check out trackjamestown.com to learn more about these positions and how to apply today.
Well, big chance went by the boards in the Jamestown third. Bennett Gaynor and Jackson Colpin able to wrap out infield hits after the walk to Cale Berkey, but they were all stranded. Now Colpin back on the mound for the top of the 4th inning, and he'll face Bismarck's middle 3, Cash Weisenberger, Jackson Herman, and Cooper Miller in a 1-1 game. In that Phil Brown Classic, on the 4th of July, the Eagles will play twice. First at 11 a.m. here against Midway Minto, and then at 4 o'clock against the Bonneville Black Sox from Winnipeg, then against Mitchell, South Dakota on Saturday evening. That's what's on the schedule. I believe Mitchell has their team back. There was a big scandal a few years ago, and they actually could not field a team last year. Weisenberger reached on an error to lead off the second. First ball hitting here, grounds it to second, and Hudson Rohde throws him out. There's 1 up and 1 down in the Bismarck 4th in a 1-1 game. Jackson Colpin, that was just his 36th pitch. DH Jackson Herman at the bat for Bismarck. He bunted Weisenberger over in the second inning, and he takes a strike right here. Twins try again tonight to break their 4-game losing streak. Next pitch. Fly ball right center field. Back on it goes Joseph, back toward the wall. It's over his head and off the base of the wall. Around first and on his way to second with a solid double is Jackson Herman. He wrapped that one, and Mason Joseph got on his horse and tried to make his way back for it, but that ball was hit hard, and the go-ahead run is in scoring position for Bismarck with 1 out in the Governor 4th in a 1-1 game with Cooper Miller, the shortstop, up. He reached on the second error of the second inning that allowed the Bismarck run to score. First pitch. Missed a little inside. A run, 2 hits, no errors for Bismarck. 1 run, 3 hits, 2 errors for Jamestown in the top of the 4th inning. Colpin steps off the mound as Cooper Miller stepped out of the right-handed batter's box. They're both back in place. And a 1-0 pitch is tapped left side. Walters picks it up. Only play to first. Wide throw, and he's safe. And I think Miller would have beaten that out anyway. So a hit for Miller. That puts runners on first and third with 1 down. and brings up Drew Taylor, who was caught looking at strike 3 in the second inning. He tries to put it. It's a squeeze play, and it is bunted foul down the first base side. Safety squeeze. Herman was not down the line until after the ball was bunted. But Taylor made no doubt of his intentions there, but he's down on the count, strike 1. Now Mike Skytland gives him another sign. Let's see if the punt's still going to be on here. Walters close to the bag. The bunt is on. It is fouled again, and it was in the air, and Gaynor was close to that one. But couldn't quite reach it, and now Taylor has another chance, but in the hole at 0-2. First and third, one out. 1-1 game, Bismarck batting, tied with Jamestown on the top of the fourth. Colpin looks at third. Now he fires, and it's low and away. Now it's a ball and 2 strikes. We'll join Twins baseball right after, or at least not too far after, this game ends. Low, now it's 2-2. Chris Paddock's on the mound for the Twins tonight. Again gave up double digits last night and losing 11-2 to Seattle. 2-2, another big pitch from Colpin to Drew Taylor on the way. Swing and a miss. Taylor nearly swung his way out of his shoes as he was way over a pitch in the dirt. Now 2 down. Big strikeout there. The second for Colpin. They've both been of Taylor. And Riker Zietz comes up. He tapped one to the right of the mound. Colpin threw him out his first time. First ball hitting, fly ball into short center. Play here for Perkins. Under it and has it. And Bismarck leaves a couple. No runs, 2 hits, and 2 left in the Bismarck fourth. And the Governors have now left 3. 3.5 done in a pretty interesting ball game so far on Jamestown 107.1. On the Gun and Reel Sports scoreboard, it's still Bismarck 1, Jamestown 1.
Johnny B's Brickhouse, famous for their pizza, but wait, there's pasta, and their amazing wings, and fresh ground hamburgers, tasty salads and appetizers too. And for dessert, you can't beat their sweet sticks. Come on out for Tuesday night trivia and live entertainment every Thursday night. The place to be is Johnny B's, smack dab in the middle of Main Street, downtown Jamestown. And remember, for delivery and carryout, call 952-8777.
Now in back-to-back half innings, both teams missed big scoring chances, and Jamestown will come up against Bismarck in a 1-1 game still in the last of the fourth, with Mason Joseph, Cody Bush, and Edison Walters due up. Johnny B's Brickhouse brings you a live and archive video of this game. We have the link at newsdakota.com. You can also go to the Jamestown 107.1 Sports YouTube channel. Ooh, got to have another outstanding wood-fire Johnny B's pizza on Sunday evening. It's not all they have, you know. They have burgers and wings and sandwiches. You're just not going to go wrong with Johnny B's Brickhouse right in the heart of downtown Jamestown. Mason Joseph leads off the Jamestown fourth in this 1-1 game. He was hit by a Tate Shaner pitch in the second, and that put 2 runners on. Shaner's first pitch here to start the last of the fourths in for a strike. Mason's had some big hits for the Eagles. 0-1, swing and a miss, way in front of a good breaking ball. 52 pitches now for Tate Shaner. Through 19 in the last inning, where the Eagles left the bases loaded. Here's an 0-2. Low and a block by Zietz. One ball, 2 strikes. Next delivery swung on and missed, as Joseph was swinging over what looked like a changeup. One down in the Jamestown fourth in a 1-1 game, and that is strikeout number 5 for Tate Shaner. He's walked 1. He's given up 3 hits. Cody Bush up. He was a strikeout victim his first time, and he takes a strike. Shaner a 1-2-3 first inning before traffic for Jamestown in the second and third innings. 0-1 to Bush. Breaking ball, that missed a little outside. If you're headed here, plenty of baseball for you to see. Pitch inside at 2-1. And again, the benefit happening here for Lindsay Cachocho. Continuing and again battling breast cancer. 2-1, bouncer back to the top of the hill where Shaner takes it, flips it to first, and out is Bush, 2 down. And Edison Walters comes up for Jamestown. He struck out his first time. All the coaches are wearing pink T-shirts in Lindsay's honor. And as you know, this is a battle that's been going on and off for several years for Lindsay. Here is a foul by Edison Walters, strike 1. So if you're coming here, all the gate receipts, all of the concessions headed to help out Lindsay. There's also going to be you can also make a free will donation if you're here later on. 0-1, swung on and missed by Walters. It's 0-2. 3 hits for each team. Each team scored their run in the second inning in a 1-1 game in the last of the fourth. 2 out, nobody on. 0-2 from Tate Shaner to Edison Walters. And he cues one up the middle, but 2 is left. Good play by Miller. Throws, got him. Miller was behind second base. The shortstop made a good play there. And down in order in the bottom of the fourth goes Jamestown. And we're through 4 innings on the Gun and Reel Sports Scoreboard in Game 1 of this doubleheader at Jack Brown Stadium on Jamestown 107.1. It remains a 1-1 tie between the Bismarck Governors and the Jamestown Eagles.
Why choose Professional Eye Care Centers? 3 great reasons are Dr. Bond, Dr. Freilich, and Dr. Jangula, 3 of the most educated professional optometrists you'll ever meet. Next is their many locations. You can now see one of their spectacular doctors in Jamestown, Valley City, Carrington, Edgeley, Ellendale, and Lemoore. And finally, their fantastic selection. And yes, all of their frames and lenses are backed up by warranty. Visit ProEyeCareCenters.com and make an appointment today. Professional Eye Care Centers, clearly the best.
This game has smartly moved along to the 5th inning. David Burrow at Jack Brown Stadium. Cody Barrett well taking care of the video. Thank you for joining us. 1-1 game and really pretty well pitched game despite the traffic both sides have had. Jackson Colpin has struck out 2 and walked 1. He faces 9-1-2 in the Bismarck order in the top of the 5th. Aiden Rakowski, Evan Fuchs, and Ben Watson. And Rakowski drew that walk to lead off the 3rd. He's first ball hitting here. Fly ball playable for Nolan Molding in left. In and has it. And there's 1 pitch and 1 out in the Bismarck 5th. Back to the top of the order, and Bismarck's second baseman, Evan Fuchs. Ground out in the 1st. Ground out into a force play in the 3rd, and he takes strike 1 here with 1 out in the top of the 5th. A couple of steps inside the bag at 3rd is Walters as a foul off his leg is by Fuchs, and he's in the hole at 0-2. Shading him a little bit toward right field in the outfield. No one away, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Evan Fuchs. Big hole between third and short. Next pitch is a very high pop-up. Middle of the infield. Who wants it? It's the first baseman Gainer in front of the bag. Bennett has it. And there's 2 down. And center fielder Ben Watson. He had the first Bismarck hit with 1 out in the top of the 3rd inning. Jackson Colpin's first delivery to him. Misses just a little bit high. One-0 delivery, foul back. We have 3 more Eagles broadcasts for you in the month of July, and they'll be in the span of a week. That ouch went off the hand of Watson. They're going to say, what will they say here? Yeah, here comes Kralik. It's a question of whether it went off his hand or his bat, but they say it went off his hand. So Watson is on a hit batter, and Joey Kralik comes up. With 2 on and 1 out, he grounded into a very well-turned double play by Cale Verkey to end the 3rd, and Joey's 0 for 2 in this game. Colpin's first pitch. Jackson delivers a little inside. Lead off first by the runner. Bouncer is a backhand off the glove of Walters and rolls into foul territory. Hustling is Watson all the way around to 3rd. The throw there too late. Well, Edison just couldn't make his way to that ball, and the ball skidded off his glove about 40 feet into foul territory, and that allowed both Watson and Kralik to take extra bases. Now, all of a sudden, it's 2nd and 3rd with 2 out for the cleanup hitter, 3rd baseman Cash Weisenberger. He's reached down an air, grounded out, scored Bismarck's only run. Colpin's first pitch, outside and low. 1-1, but Bismarck has 2 in scoring position with 2 out in the top of the 5th. Colpin delivers the next. High and away, ball 2. So the Governors of Bismarck happy they won up here in a big spot. Next pitch is a line drive, left center field. That's going to be in between Molding and Perkins. Watson has scored. Here comes Trerick streaming his way into second is Cash Weisenberger with a 2-out, 2-run double to give the lead back to Bismarck at 3-1. Oh, and the air really ends up hurting the Eagles. And Weisenberger drives into. Well, you give a team an extra out, brother, and with their cleanup hitter up, you are asking for trouble. Jackson Herman at the bat, swings and misses. He doubled in the 4th, had a sacrifice bunt his first time to help that 2nd inning rally along. First pitch, or the next pitch, bounces in, but stopped by Cody Bush, and the count's 1-1. 3rd error of the game on the Eagles, and it led to Weisenberger's big 2-run double. Next pitch is slapped on the line, caught by Rhodey at second base, but from the Eagles' point of view, that's one batter too late. In Bismarck's 5th, 2 unearned runs, 1 hit, very costly error, hit batter, and 1 left. To the bottom of the 5th now on the Gunner Real Sports scoreboard, and the lead for the 2nd time today belongs to the Bismarck Governors here on Jamestown 107.1 over Jamestown's Eagles by a score of 3-1.
Get ready for your child's next sports season with the comprehensive Well Child Visit or Sports Physical at Essentia Health. Our team ensures your child is fit and ready to perform at their best by updating immunizations, discussing mental health concerns, and answering questions about nutrition and safety. Schedule now at essentiahealth.org for a convenient appointment that fits your schedule. And stay ahead of the game.
Well, let's see if the Eagles can recover. Hudson Rohde, Nolan Moulding, Cale Verke, 9-1-2 in the Eagle order in the last of the fifth against Tate Shaner. The extra out led to the two go-ahead runs in the top of this fifth inning for Bismarck. Hudson Rohde flew out to right his first time up. That was leading off the third, and that was an inning where Jamestown had a big chance, but stranded the bases loaded. The winner of this game will have their second Double-A League win. Bismarck's 1-3, Jamestown's 1-5. First pitch from Tate Shaner, low. Again, we have game one for you of this doubleheader on Jamestown 107.1. Then we'll join the Twins and Mariners at Target Field. Pitch in for a strike. Our next Eagle broadcast comes on the 10th of July, again here at Jack Brown Stadium. 1-1 pitch. Strike on the inside corner. And we'll have both games of that doubleheader that evening against the Grand Forks Royals for the Eagles, 5:15 on Thursday, July 10th. Swing and a miss. Rohde down on strikes. And one down here in the bottom of the fifth inning, and that's 6 strikeouts now for Tate Shaner. Nolan Moulding back at the top of the Eagle order. He's grounded out twice in his second game as an Eagle. He's now 1 for 6. First pitch from Shaner, low. There's another event here at Jack Brown Stadium on that second weekend of July. Here is a grounder right side into right field, base hit. Nolan Moulding has his second hit as an Eagle. And Cale Verke comes up representing the tying run. On the 12th of July, that's Saturday, 2 days after the Grand Forks doubleheader. Post 8 from Pierce, South Dakota, and Detroit Lakes here. And then the start of the next week, 2 more Double-A doubleheaders, and both in the Fargo-Moorhead area. Let's put it that next week, and those will be our last 2 regular season broadcasts. Shaner's first pitch to Verke is low for a ball, who struck out and walked. 4 hits now for each team, but Bismarck leads 3-1. We're in the last of the fifth. A look at first by Shaner. 1-0 pitch to Verke. High and scrambling his way back to the bag, and in is Verke as he falls back in. Hard tag by Joey Crawley. Two balls and no strikes to Verke. Hitters count for Cale. Look at first again by Shaner. That was a good throw by Zeitz this moment ago. Next pitch, the runner goes inside. It's off the glove of Zeitz, but Moulding already had it stolen. Now the count's 3-0. So Nolan has his first stolen base as an Eagle and is in scoring position with 1 down. Three balls, no strikes. Cale can maybe wait on one he really likes here. Shaner looks at second. Here comes. And he takes a strike, taking all the way. Three and 1 at this level. That's what coaches would rather have you do. Bismarck's bullpen's going to get activated here. Shaner now at 71 pitches with 1 out in the fifth. Foul back our way and over our heads. Now the count's full. Left-hander Aiden Johnson was walking down the Bismarck bullpen down to the right field line a moment ago. 3-2. Payoff pitch is grounded to the left side. Taken by Miller to his right. Throws. Safe at first. Beating it out is Cale Verke. And again, back-to-back hits for Jamestown, and Molding's over to third. So the tying runs are on, and Bennett Gaynor comes up, and we'll have a mound meeting brought to you by Hillerud Construction as Shaner cruised through the bottom of the fourth and struck out Hudson Rohde to start this last of the fifth inning, but now he's given up the solid single by Nolan Molding, and after his steal, the infield hit to Verke, and it's first and third. Those last two regular season Eagle broadcasts on Jamestown 107.1. First from West Fargo on Monday, July 14th, the doubleheader against the defending Double-A Legion champion West Fargo Patriots at Young Field, 5:15. Remember, that's during the Major League Baseball All-Star break. And then on Wednesday, July 16th, 2 nights later, Fargo Post 2, a doubleheader for the Eagles at Jack Williams Stadium. Again, a 5:15 airtime. And then, of course, we'll cover the Eagles in the Double-A Legion State Tournament that begins July 28th out in Williston. So here's Gaynor, struck out an infield hit. Big chance for him now at first and third and one down. Shaner's first pitch is bounced, big hop to Miller at short, throws, the only play is at first, out. Caught off second for a moment was Verke. He's able to dive back into the bag. Molding scores. Eighth run batted in for Gaynor. Cuts the Bismarck lead to 3-2. And brings up Jackson Colpin. Pop out an infield hit for Jackson. Verke, the tying run on second base. With 2 out on the bottom of the fifth as the Eagles try to answer Bismarck's 2 in the top of this inning. Shaner looks at second. Tate's first pitch to Jackson. He stopped his swing and took it low and away. .75 pitches now for Tate Shaner. 2 out in the bottom of the fifth inning with Bismarck leading Jamestown 3-2. Look at second again. Next pitch. Breaking ball. Nice one's in there for a strike. That was a dropping curve, and the count's 1-1. Jamestown's now out hit Bismarck 5-4. But 2 errors have been costly for the Eagles. Look at second, the 1-1 pitch to Colpin. Missed inside. Jackson up to 245 after that infield hit the last time. Hit 361 in the Blue Jay season. Jamestown trying to get out of a skid where they've dropped 9 of their last 11. 2-1 pitch. Nope, throw back to second instead, and diving back into the bag is Cale Verke. They know of his speed. Takes a good lead and angle off the bag again, about 4 steps. Shaner looks back. He's down on the count, 2-1 to Colpin. Next pitch is bounced in front of the plate. Charging the third baseman, Weisenberger throws to first. It's too late. Here comes Verke to the plate, safe on a head first slide. This game is tied. With 2 out, Verke running all the way. Knew he had to. Two hits for Colpin, both infield hits. This one drives in the tying run. And we're back where we started again at 3-3, and Braxton Perkins comes up. RBI number 7 for Colpin. First pitch to Perkins. Strike on the inside corner. Colpin hoofed it down the line, and with 2 out, Verke knew he just had to keep running, and he did. And when the throw was a little wide of the bag, Verke had no problem scoring. Bouncer, left side, Miller's shortstop. Charge, throws, and got him. Good play. But Jamestown comes right back to tie the game again. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left. Both of the runs scoring with 2 out. The Eagles have left 5. Good ball game through 5 on the Gun and Reel Sports scoreboard on Jamestown 107.1. In Game 1 of this doubleheader. Now it is Bismarck 3, Jamestown 3.
Buffalo City Diesel Jamestown is your one-stop shop for experienced truck services. Their top-notch techs are trained in the latest technology and can identify and fix problems in your medium or heavy-duty diesel trucks and buses. Buffalo City Diesel also offers roadside assistance, trailer services, and truck parts. Call Buffalo City Diesel today at 701-253-2844. That's Buffalo City Diesel at 701-253-2844.
Bismarck with a run in the second. Jamestown answered with 1. Bismarck with 2 in the 5th. Jamestown answered with 2. And a 3-3 game and a good one to the 6th inning at Jack Brown Stadium. Watch it. You know you can. Oh, you know now. Go to newsdakota.com and find the link, or go to the Jamestown 107.1 Sports YouTube channel. It's brought to you by our friends at Johnny B's Brick House. Cooper Miller, Drew Taylor, Riker Zietz, 6, 7, and 8 in the Bismarck order in the top of the 6th. Against Jackson Colpin. Couple of strikeouts. Not able to pitch his way around a 2-out error in the 5th. The 2-run double by Weisenberger scored 2 unearned runs, but back came Jamestown with hustle in their half of the 5th to tie the game right back up. Cooper Miller reached on an error in the 2nd, and that scored the first Bismarck run. Infield hit right after that lifts this one into center, but it's playable easily for Braxton Perkins. 1 pitch and 1 out in the Bismarck 6th in a 3-3 game. Now Drew Taylor. Both of Colpin's strikeouts have come to this batter. One swinging, the first one was looking. Colpin's first pitch to Drew is a breaking ball inside low, ball 1. Come on over. Plenty of baseball still ahead. Pitch is inside for a strike, though we'll have just game 1 for you here. Jamestown's bullpen starting to get loosened up a little bit. Next pitch from Colpin. Low and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. Of course, still another game to go here. May have heard Sam Joseph in our pregame say, it's our big unit and then whatever else we can do. Low, and it's 3-1. They'd like to be depending on Thomas Newman, but hurt again and can't play at the moment. 3-1 to Taylor. Grounder left side. This one's taken by Edison Walters. Throws across and a good stretch by Gaynor, and he has it, and there's 2 down. Riker Zietz up. Colpin trying for his first 1-2-3 inning since the first inning. Zietz is tapped back to the mound and flown out. He's 0 for 2. First pitch from Jackson Colpin this time's in for a strike. Nine and 8 Bismarck, 1-3 in the league. 6-14 Jamestown. They're 1-5 in Double-A play. Strike. It's 0-2. A called strike to Zietz, who's right back in. Colpin quickly brings the 0-2 delivery, and it's a little outside. 70 pitches now for Jackson Colpin, about to throw his 9th of this inning. A 1-2 bounces in. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Next one inside, 3-2. Here's some of the fans wanted that call, but that missed inside. About 70 degrees. Pretty good breeze out of the southwest. Has been through the day. If you've been outside, you know. Grounder left side. Good play by Walters on the backhand. Eddie throws across, and it's a 1-2-3 inning, and 2 good plays in that inning for Edison Walters. On the Gunner Reel Sports Scoreboard here on Jamestown 107.1 in the late stages now of a good one. Bismarck and Jamestown remain tied at 3.
At Unison Bank, we provide financial solutions for customers to meet their needs today and achieve their dreams tomorrow. From personal banking services like checking accounts, mortgage and auto loans, to business banking services. At Unison Bank, we offer financial solutions with prompt responses and quality service. Visit unisonbank.com for more information. Located in Jamestown, Linton, and Wishing, as well as Gilbert, Arizona. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Can the Jamestown Eagles carry over what was a good fifth inning at the plate into the sixth? Well, we'll find out as they bring up 6, 7, 8 in their order. Mason Joseph, Cody Bush, and Edison Walters against Tate Shaner in a 3-3 game. 2 errors, bunt and a wild pitch brought the Bismarck run home in the second. Eagles came back on their half as Braxton Perkins, who had appeared for a moment with runners on first and second, had been caught in a rundown between second and third, instead slid to third to beat the tag on the rundown. And then with no one covering home, Perkins was able to walk home, steal home, and tie the game. Bismarck, after a 2-out error, had a Cash Weisenberger 2-run double in the fifth, but Jamestown came back in the last of the fifth. RBI ground out by Bennett Gaynor and an RBI tying infield hit by Jackson Colton. Showing bunt and taking a strike here is Joseph. A hit batter and a strikeout in his 2 plate appearances against Tate Shaner. 0-1 delivery. Swing and a miss. Fastball over but low, but Joseph swung over it, and now he's in the hole at 0-2. Shaner working quickly, fires again, misses high. Twins about 22, 23 minutes from first pitch at Target Field. We'll take you there not long after this game ends. 1-2, here it is, and it's strike 3 called. Good breaking ball. Oberon at the knees, and Joseph is a strikeout victim for the second time, and that's 7 Ks now for Tate Shaner. 1 down in the Jamestown 6th in a 3-3 game with Bismarck and Cody Bush up. He is struck out and tapped back to the mound, and he takes ball 1 high. Sam Joseph now manning the third base coaching box. Swing and a miss. Bush can catch up to a Shaner fastball, now 1-1. Jamestown's out hit Bismarck 6-4, where it counts most 3-3 in the last of the 6th. Next pitch, low and away. The 9-1-2 in the Bismarck 7th inning. 2-1. Breaking ball in for a strike. Shaner going to that breaking stuff more now, and that one evens the count at 2-2. The right-hander kicks, deals again, swung on and missed. Strikeout number 8 for Bush. Or for Shaner is the second time Bush has gone down on strikes. And there's 2 out, nobody on in the bottom of the 6th in a 3-3 game with Edison Walters at the bat. He is struck out and grounded out. 2 very good defensive plays by Eddie in the top half of this inning. In fact, he's due, but he won't bat here, and Brenner Weber will instead. So Weber up to hit, the left-handed batter. Batting for Walters, and he fouls the first one back. Brenner, 13 of 58, 224, 2 doubles. He's driven in 10. Imagine Weber will stay in the game and play third base. 0-1. Bounced foul down the first base side, and now it's Weber in the hole 0-2, and Shaner's looking to strike out the side here in the Jamestown 6th. No balls, 2 strikes. Shaner again to Brenner Weber. It's outside. He's only had to use 12 pitches so far, including the 3 he's thrown to Weber. A 1-2 coming. It's low. Shaner to the back of the mound for a moment. Stretches his throwing arm, his right arm out. Now he's back up on top of the hill. Nods, yes. Delivers a 2-2 pitch to Weber, and it is a ground ball up the middle. Miller takes it from a shortstop position, throws across for the out, and Jamestown is down in order in the bottom of the 6th inning. So this game goes to the 7th on the Gun and Reel Sports scoreboard on Jamestown 107.1, and quite a good one at Jack Brown Stadium with Bismarck and Jamestown tied at 3.
Before you can start building a business, you have to have great builders. Hillerud Construction is a builder of high-quality commercial buildings, and they're hiring talented labor and carpenters to help them do just that. Vacation, paid holidays, 401k, and health insurance benefits for full-time employees, plus great pay depending on experience. Apply at 1008 2nd Avenue Southeast, Jamestown, or visit HillerudConstruction.com. Again, visit HillerudConstruction.com, and let's get building.
Well, as we figured, Brenner Weber does stay in the game after he hit for Walters, and Brenner now at third base for Jamestown. The Eagles and Bismarck are tied at 3 in this good game. Heads to the 7th inning with Jackson Colpin set to face the 9 1-2 hitters in the Governor order: Aiden Rakowski, Evan Fuchs, and Ben Watson. For Rakowski, a walk his first time. That was in the 3rd, a fly out to start the 5th. A run for each team in the 2nd, 2 runs for each team in the 5th. And for the winner in Game 1 of this doubleheader, a second league win. First pitch to Rakowski, low. Colpin's 1-0 delivery is bounced to the left side. Charging Berkey, the shortstop, in the grass, fires across, 1 down, and 5 in a row retired now by Jackson Colpin. Back to the top of the order for Bismarck and Evan Fuchs, and he's 0 for 3 with a ground out into a force out, and a pop out. Colpin's first pitch to Fuchs is in the dirt. And stay right here not too long after this game ends. We'll take you to Twins baseball. It's Seattle again at Target Field tonight. Next pitch inside. Nearly hit him. 2 balls and no strikes to Fuchs. They like Jamestown trying to turn around a skid. 2-0 pitch. It is a bouncer down the third baseline, and Weber has to charge close to the line. Throws. It's wide. And down to second goes Fuchs. No throw made. Fuchs reaches on the infield hit and then takes second on the air. And that'll bring up Ben Watson. And the go-ahead run for Bismarck is now at second base with 1 down. It was a good try by Weber, who had to charge about 30 feet in front of the bag. It was on the run with a sidearm throw, but the wide throw gave Fuchs an extra base. So it is a single and an error. Ben Watson has a single and 2 at-bats. He's been hit by a pitch and scored a run, looking to give Bismarck the lead. Colpin looks at second. First pitch is a foul. Watson, it appeared he had stopped his swing, and he did, but the ball still ticked off his bat foul, and he's down a strike. Fuchs with the lead off second. Colpin looks back there in a 3-3 game. The 0-1 pitch. Fouled again, this time to the first base side. Now it is 0-2 to Ben Watson with Joey Kralik and Cash Weisenberger, 2 good hitters for Bismarck, due up after this. Colpin with an 0-2. Swung on and fouled. Just getting a piece of that was Watson to stay alive. 81 pitches now for Jackson Colpin as he works in the top of the 7th in a 3-3 game. 3 runs, but all unearned. 4 errors now in this game on Jamestown. 0-2 pitch again is missing a little inside. Now it's 1-2 to Ben Watson. Evan Fuchs on second, 1 out. Colpin with a glance back. Now the pitch, low and away, and it's 2-2, I should say. It was 0-2, but now it's 2-2 to Watson. Fouled off 3 pitches. Now he's taken 2. Colpin, another big pitch here. Fouled again out of play by Watson. He got another good cut. Still 2-2. His 4th foul in this plate appearance. Colpin looks in to Cody Bush. Now here it comes. Swung on and missed. Watson's out on strikes. A big strikeout there, and it's 2 down. 3rd strikeout for Colpin, but Joey Craley comes up 1 more mile to go for Jackson against a guy who can hit it. 0 for 3, Joey. Craley reached on an error in the 5th. Scored 1 of those runs on Weisenberger's big double. First pitch, high. Fuchs representing the go-ahead run on second base for Bismarck in a 3-3 game, 2 out in the top of the 7th. Jackson Colpin. Next one to Kralik. Low. Throw down to second, but back in plenty of time was Fuchs. The throw from the catcher, Cody Bush. But now it is 2-0. Ooh, Kralik might look for one to swing on here. Colpin with the next. He took a big cut, but is right to the third baseman, Weber. Throws across, got him at first. And Bismarck is held off the board. And now the Eagles will have their chance to win it in the bottom of the 7th inning. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, but a runner left in the Bismarck 7th, and the Governors have left 6. To the last of the 7th on Jamestown 107.1 on the Gunner Reel Sports Scoreboard, the Eagles will have their chance to win it. They're tied with Bismarck at 3.
Do you want to make sure homework time isn't spent on games and video streaming? Dakota Central can help. With Experience IQ, you set limits to ensure your kids aren't playing when they should be doing homework. With premium managed Wi-Fi from Dakota Central, you can create healthier internet habits for your children from the easy-to-use Command IQ app. Learn more about premium Wi-Fi and Experience IQ today at www.dakotacentral.com.
We mentioned earlier the left-hander Aiden Johnson had been warming up. Well, now he comes into the game for Bismarck in the bottom of the 7th inning. 6 good innings for Tate Shaner. He gave up 3 runs, 6 hits, struck out 8, and he walked 1. But he won't figure in the decision in this game. It's up to Aiden Johnson, who will try to force extra innings. He'll have to work his way through the 9, 1, and 2 hitters in the Jamestown order. Hudson Rohde, Nolan Maulding, and Cale Verke in the bottom of the 7th of a 3-3 game. This is game 1 of a doubleheader, so if you don't have plans this evening, come on over. This has been good baseball so far this evening. Not long after this game ends, we will have Twins baseball on Jamestown 107.1. Well, Thomas Newman comes up again. Can't start at the moment, but he can come off the bench, and he's going to hit for Rohde here. Newman 6 for 30 in his Eagles season with 4 runs batted in. Aiden Johnson's first pitch is low, ball 1. Injury problems started with Newman late in the Blue Jays season. He takes another one low, and it's 2-0. If he reaches, can he run? He's stolen 18 bases. Aiden Johnson down on the count, 2-0. The lefty delivers again, and this one's in for a strike, and it's 2-1. Newman leading off the bottom of the 7th of the 3-3 game. Groundsman up the middle, but Miller, the shortstop, is there to take it. Cooper throws across for the out. Another good play at short by Cooper Miller. And there's one out in the Jamestown 7th inning of the 3-3 game, and back to the top of the order, and Nolan Moulding. Moulding singled and stole a base in the 5th and scored a run. 1 for 3 tonight, 2 for 7 in 2 games as an Eagle, and he fouls the first pitch back. Left-hander Aiden Johnson on a relief of Tate Shaner for Bismarck, trying to send this game to extra innings. 0-1 delivery is low and a few feet behind the catcher Zeitz. 1-1. Keoverke on deck. Lefty with a 1-1 pitch. Low from Johnson to Moulding. 2 balls and 1 strike. Big hole the other way in the infield for Moulding if he can put it there, but he takes a strike, and now it's 2-2. Next one. Strike 3 called. Moulding caught looking at a fastball. And now 2 down in the Jamestown 7th. And Keoverke comes up. And the hustle he provided scored Jamestown's tying run on the bottom of the 5th, scoring from second on an infield hit with 2 outs. Swing and a miss. Ooh, Kale. Whoa, a big cut he had there. 1 for 2 in this game with a strikeout and a walk, and that run scored. And he takes the next one high. If there is an 8th inning, Bismarck will send up the middle 3 in their order: Weisenberger, Herman, and Miller. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Aiden Johnson trying to make sure those guys get up, his teammates. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch, low. 2-2. 2 teams trying to work their way up the Double-A standings. It's the Fargo teams that are on top. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Berkey down on strikes. Johnson strikes out 2. And this game heads to extra innings. At the end of 7 at Jack Brown Stadium on Jamestown 107.1 on the Gun and Reel Sports Scoreboard. Extra time in this one with Bismarck and Jamestown now and still tied at 3.
Where do you find the friendliest staff, the largest selection, lowest prices, and the freshest produce? Hugo's in Jamestown. But if you can't wait to go to the store, Hugo's Family Marketplace offers online shopping. You can shop all the departments and all the sales at hugos.com. Once you're done shopping, choose pickup or Hugo's delivery service, and they'll do the in-store shopping for you. Hugo's Family Marketplace, online shopping at hugos.com.
You're gonna find more low prices, more great stuff when you go to Hugo's.
After Newman hit for Rhodey, Ethan Otley now enters the Eagle lineup at second base as this game goes to the 8th inning. Jackson Colpin's still out there. He's allowed 5 hits. It's a 3-3 game. 88 pitches for Jackson, 53 strikes. And he faces the middle 3 in the Bismarck order: Cash Weisenberger, Jackson Herman, and Cooper Miller. And it was Weisenberger that came up with a big 2-run double with 2 out in the top of the 5th to tie or to give Bismarck at that point a 3-1 lead. That was after an error, but Jamestown came back in their half of the fifth and tied the game with two of their own. Zach Geiser scurries toward the Jamestown bullpen as Kolpin misses high and away for ball one to Weisenberger. 1 for 3 with that big double. He scored a run. He's reached on an error, and he couldn't stop his swing on a breaking ball, and the count's even on him at 1-1. If you're looking for the Twins, stay right here. We'll have Twins baseball not long after we get done here, whenever that is. Next one's in for a strike, 1-2. And there's still another game ahead here at Jack Brown Stadium after this one. Legion doubleheader, double A. Strike 3 called. Weisenberger's down on strikes. 1 out in the Bismarck 8th inning, the 4th strikeout for Kolpin. Now Jackson Herman, a double and 2 at-bats. He's had a sacrifice as well. That helped that second inning rally along. First pitch is a shot into right center, pass Otley, and in for a base hit. Herman has his second base hit. And it's the 6th hit for Bismarck. Each team now with 6. And there'll be a runner here for Herman. It's Jacoby Grimm running at first base. So Grimm carries the go-ahead run with him for Bismarck as Cooper Miller comes up, an infield hit in 3 trips, and he takes ball 1. And an RBI when he reached on that error in the second. Fly ball and line drive right at the center fielder Perkins. Braxton has it. 2 down, and Grimm must stay put at first base. Now it's right fielder Drew Taylor, 0 for 3, and he struck out twice. 3-3, 8th inning, Bismarck batting in Jamestown. Jackson Kolpin. The first pitch is a little inside. That was pitch number 96. Next one, foul, first base side. Gaynor is under it. In the coaching box, he has it. And Bismarck strands a runner in the top of the 8th inning. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left. And for Bismarck, that is now 7 runners left on base. Jamestown has a second chance to win it on the Gunner Reel Sports scoreboard to the bottom of the 8th inning on Jamestown 107.1 at Jack Brown Stadium. Bismarck 3, Jamestown 3.
You know you don't really want that hurry-up, bought on the cheap, not sure what I got insurance coverage. Good, because Farmers Union insurance agents do things just a little different. We'll work with you personally for home, auto, business, or farm insurance and tailor the exact coverage plan you need because we're not satisfied until you are. Different? You bet. Farmers Union Insurance. Simply different.
Good luck to the Blue Jays and Jimmys from your local Farmers Union agent, Steve Benyon.
Not all products underwritten by Farmers Union Insurance.
A second chance for the Jamestown Eagles to win this game as lefty Aiden Johnson is out for his second inning of work and relief for Bismarck. Bottom of the 8th inning in the heart of the Eagle order. Bennett Gaynor, Jackson Kolpin, and Braxton Perkins in a 3-3 game. Gaynor has an infield hit in 3 trips. And with a ground ball out, he drove in the first of the 2 runs in the Eagle 5th inning. Bennett now at 3:09. Aiden Johnson's first pitch is a little high. Straightaway infield and outfield for a good first baseman. Swing and a miss, and Bennett had a big cut. Aiden Johnson, the lefty, set to deliver a 1-1 to Bennett Gaynor. And it's low. Watch this game. We have a link to it at newsdakota.com. It'll be archived too, and it's brought to you by Johnny B's Brickhouse. Or go to the Jamestown 107.1 Sports YouTube channel. 2-1 pitch to Gaynor. High, 3-0. 3-1. So let's see if Bennett takes another here. Johnson with the next. Swing and a miss. He didn't. He had another pretty good cut, and that fills the count at 3-2. 3-3. Bismarck and Jamestown. Great ball game. Bottom of the 8th. Gaynor waits on a payoff pitch from Johnson. Swung on and missed. He's out. Gaynor had another big cut, but again couldn't catch up with it. And it's the first out in the bottom of the 8th inning. Now Jackson Colpin had the tying infield hit in the bottom of the 5th inning. That was Verkey's hustle with 2 outs, scoring from second. First pitch missed a little inside, ball 1. Zach Geiser continues to warm up. We'll see if Colpin does come out for the 9th inning, if there is one. High, ball 2. Colpin would rather there not be. Nor would the rest of the Eagles. It's a 3-3 game. Colpin now at 260. Next pitch is a grounder, big hop for Miller at second. Don't hit it to him. Throws, a little wide of the bag, but able to make the tag is Kralik, 2 down. You're not going to get him past Miller very easily, are you? And it's up to Braxton Perkins. One for 3. Those 2 stolen bases in the second and scored the run after he thought he'd been thrown out a rundown. He got the third, then stole home. Now he takes a strike. Aiden Johnson, the lefty, with the next. And it's in there for a strike as well. And Perkins is in the hole at 0-2. 5 up and 5 down so far for Aiden Johnson. Here's the next, swung on and missed. Johnson strikes out 2 again and lets out a yell in delight. And this game will continue at the end of 8 on Jamestown 107.1 on the Gun and Reel Sports scoreboard. We're still here because it's still knotted. Bismarck 3, Jamestown 3.
Otter Tail Power Company would like to remind you about the importance of high school athletics in the lives of children. Those extracurricular activities play a role in the education and development of those kids involved and provide a way for kids to learn some of life's most important lessons. Lessons that'll take them through life with a sense of accomplishment and pride. Otter Tail Power Company would like to salute those athletes, coaches, and fans who make every season one to remember.
I probably don't have to guess too hard when I say that not only Jackson Colpin, but Sam Joseph and everybody else are saying about Jackson, here's his pitch as long as you can, man. He's thrown 97 pitches in 8 innings. He comes out to work the top of the 9th inning, a 3-3 game with Bismarck in game 1 of this doubleheader. Due up for the Governors are 8, 9, and 1 in their order. Riker Zietz, Aiden Rakowski, and Evan Fuchs. Zietz is 0 for 3 with a tap to the mound, a fly out to center, and a ground out to third. "59 strikes and 97 pitches for Jackson Colpin. Number 98 is slapped to the right side into right field for a base hit. Zietz has the 7th hit for Bismarck, and they have the go-ahead run on to lead off the 9th inning. And up comes Aiden Rakowski, and let's see if the bunt's on here by the Governors. Rakowski has walked, then flown out and grounded out. Zietz the catcher, but stays out there to run. First pitch, a bunt is foul. And there's nothing to make you think that Mike Skyler won't have it on again here. Ninth inning, Bismarck batting, tied with Jamestown at 3. Go-ahead run on at first. Another bunt in front of the plate. Well done. Picking it up is Bush. Throw to first high, and it's over Otley's head and down the right field line. All the way around third is Zeitz, and he's in to score. Making his way to third is Rakowski. Safe on a head-first slide. 4-3 Bismarck. Weber had charged way in from third. The ball was only about 15 feet down the third baseline. Bush's throw was way high over the head of Otley, who was covering at second base. And now it is 4-3 for Bismarck. And the fifth error of the game. Bismarck hopes it doesn't, or Jamestown hopes it doesn't hurt too much. But the infield has to come in now with a runner on third and nobody out. Evan Fuchs at the plate. Infield hit his last time. He's 1 for 4. First pitch, in for a strike. Well, Eagles just have to work their way out of this now. They still have another shot in the bottom of the ninth. Bouncer left side. Weber takes it, falls down as he does, and can't make a throw. Oh, dear, an infield hit and a tough break for Brenner Weber. Could not keep his footing. He was looking Rakowski back to third, where he still stays. But Fuchs has his second hit in the eighth for Bismarck. And that's going to be it for Jackson Colpin after his 102nd pitch. Sam Joseph takes the ball from him. Colpin will stay into the game and play at third base as Zach Geiser is set to work, and he's in a jam. Bismarck with a run in, first and third, nobody out, top of the ninth. They've taken a 4-3 lead over Jamestown, and we'll tell you about Geiser when we return here on Jamestown 107.1.
The Frontier Fort invites you in for a true Dakota Territory dining experience. This unique location looks like an authentic 1800s fort. Head upstairs and you'll be greeted with the mouth-watering aroma of freshly grilled ribeyes and barbecued ribs. They're open from 4 to 9 Monday through Saturday, and their legendary prime rib is served on Fridays and Saturdays. Call 252-7492 for takeout. The Frontier Fort, on the road to the Buffalo in Jamestown.
When you're working outdoors, unpredictability is the norm. Tackle your toughest jobs with the 2025 Honda Pioneer 700. This rugged side-by-side brings the power with reliable torque for towing and smooth shifting for the trails. Choose from 3 trims, Standard, Deluxe, or the True Timber Forest Edition. See the 2025 Honda Pioneer 700 at Gun and Reel Sports, downtown Jamestown. For your safety, read the owner's manual, wear a helmet, eye protection, close side nets and doors, and always wear seatbelts. Honda side-by-sides are for riders 16 and older.
Some of us were born to farm. Some diesels, like Cenex Premium Diesel, were born to fuel. Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster comes with a more complete additive package for a more complete burn to reduce particulate matter and keep filters cleaner for longer. Fuel your equipment like a pro with Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster and leave typical number 2 diesel to the amateurs. Cenex Premium Diesel. Diesel that doesn't mess around.
Zach Geiser comes on in 14 and a third innings, no record of 2.93 ERA, 8 runs, 6 earned, 16 hits. He struck out 18 and walked 5. He faces Ben Watson, who takes a strike. First and third and a run in. Nobody out in the top of the ninth. Bismarck's back in front 4-3. Throw over to first, and diving back in is Fuchs. 5 errors on Jamestown, 3 of them very costly to the Eagles, including the one in this inning. Next pitch is a little looper. It is caught by Otley behind second base with a backhand leaping stab, and the runners are back to their bases. Good play by Ethan. And there's one down. Now to Joey Kralik, and a double play can get Jamestown out of this inning. 0 for 4 for Joey, but he's reached on an error and he scored a run. First pitch from Geiser is in for a strike. Colpin, 4 runs, 8 hits in 8 innings. Look out, very high throw on a move to first. Gainer with a good leap to catch it. That saved a run. Next pitch is grounded to short. Verke to second for 1. Throw to first on a hop, but in for a double play. Jamestown does turn the double play, their second of the game, to prevent any more damage. But another error, and it's put Bismarck back into the lead. A run in the Bismarck 9th inning, 2 hits, that very costly error, and 1 left. Bottom of the 9th coming up. Last chance for the Jamestown Eagles. Bismarck on the Gunner Reel Sports scoreboard now has a 4-3 lead at Jack Brown Stadium on Jamestown 107.1.
Need some custom screen printed t-shirts? Lots of t-shirts? You need originals.
Originals!
Or do you just need one shirt with your corporate logo for the new guy?
Originals!
Caps, jackets, U sizes, adult sizes, Blue Jay apparel, Jimmy apparel. You need originals. There you have it, folks. For custom printed apparel, embroidery, and work apparel, it's Originals. They can also do online stores for your sports team or business. 216 First Avenue, downtown Jamestown. Open 9 to 5 weekdays. Visit originals.com.
Big double play turned by Cale Verke and Ethan Otley. Limited Bismarck to a run. Now the Eagles will have their chance. In the bottom of the 9th, down 4-3 to Bismarck, and Mason Joseph leads off. For Mason in this game, he struck out twice. He's also been hit by a pitch. Aiden Johnson, the lefty, has had 2 perfect innings. And he looks to win it for Bismarck. First pitch is fouled out of play by Joseph. He had a good cut. Cody Bush next. Bottom of the 9th. Bismarck now up 4-3. Next delivery is a pop-up right side. Who wants it? It's the second baseman, Evan Fuchs. In short right, he has it. And there's 1 out in the bottom of the 9th. And catcher Cody Bush comes up, and you know he'd love to deliver here after the throwing error in the top half of this inning that allowed the go-ahead run to score for Bismarck. He's 0 for 3, struck out twice. First ball hitting into short right field, but on comes Taylor. He has it, and Bismarck's 1 out away from taking this one in extra innings, and now it's Zach Geiser. He took the place of Weber in the order when he came in to pitch in the top of this inning. He does have a hit in 3 trips for the Eagles and a run batted in. That was early in the season. But he's the last hope for the Eagles here. Johnson's first pitch, he couldn't stop his swing, and he is down a strike on a high fastball. Aiden Johnson's next. Fastball missed high and inside, 1-1. The Twins are trailing again. 1-1 pitch. In for a strike, and now it's 1-2, and the Eagles are down to their final strike. Johnson working quickly, trying to end it here. The 1-2 to Zach Geiser. Swung on and missed, struck him out. 5 strikeouts in 3 perfect innings for Aiden Johnson. And Bismarck as poor defense cost the Eagles again, scoring the go-ahead run for Bismarck in the top of the 9th inning. And the Governors take game 1 of this doubleheader. An exciting one, but a tough finish for the Eagles. Final score in the Gunner Reel Sports scoreboard in 9 innings. The Bismarck Governors 4, the Jamestown Eagles 3. Bismarck improves to 2-3 in Double-A play, 10-8 overall. And for Jamestown now it's 6-15, and they're now 1-6 in Double-A play. Still another game ahead, of course, this evening here at Jack Brown Stadium. Stay tuned. Our RM Stout postgame show is next. Then we'll get you to Twins baseball here on Jamestown 107.1.
This is the sound of a good old-fashioned garage. It's called Pit Stop Express Lube and More in downtown Jamestown at 117 4th Street Northwest. Mike is reminding you to have them look at your tires, shocks, brakes, and wipers before you take the family on vacation this summer. They believe in making sure their customers' vehicles are perfectly maintained for safety. No appointment necessary for oil changes. Pit Stop Express Lube and More. Call 952-7867. Are you looking for a rewarding job and a great environment where you can make a difference in someone else's life every day? SMP Health Ave Maria in Jamestown is looking for you. Visit smthealth.org/Ave Maria and click on the Careers tab to find the most up-to-date openings available. smthealth.org/Ave Maria. They're currently looking for nurses, housekeepers, CNAs, and universal assistants. Be sure to visit the website if you're interested and qualified for any of the positions that are open at smthealth.org/Ave Maria.
Well, this loss is going to be a little bit tough for the Eagles to take. Game one of a doubleheader goes to Bismarck by a score of 4-3. The Governors with 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors. They stranded 8. Jamestown, 3 runs, 6 hits, 5 errors, and they left 5. Aiden Johnson with 3 innings of perfect relief and 5 strikeouts pitched the 7th, 8th, and 9th. And picks up the win after Tate Sheener went the first 6. And Jackson Colpin, as well as he pitched, takes the loss. He's now 0-4. 4 runs, but all unearned in 8 innings, 8 hits, 4 strikeouts, and a walk. Bismarck scored with the help of 2 Eagle errors in the top of the 2nd inning. Came back to tie it in the bottom half on the hustle of Braxton Perkins after it appeared that he was beaten in a rundown but made it to third base. And then, with no one covering home plate, Perkins was able to walk in and steal the run. But then, 2 unearned runs in the top of the 5th inning for Bismarck. A 2-out error by Edison Walters put runners on 2nd and 3rd, and Cash Weisenberger drove them both in with a double. But Jamestown came back in the bottom half of the 5th inning and tied it. Bennett Gaynor with an RBI ground ball, and then Jackson Colpin, an infield hit. Cale Verkey with 2 out running all the way from 2nd, scored from 2nd. Stayed scoreless until the 9th. Reicherzeit singled, and then Aiden Rakowski bunting him over, but a wild throw by catcher Cody Bush. Zeit scored all the way from 1st. Johnson able to again retire the Eagles in order in the bottom of the 9th. So, again, there's still baseball ahead here at Jack Brown Stadium, although we'll leave you for the Twins. And the Eagles will try again in Game 2 to get out of this skid. They've fallen to 1-6 in Double-A, and they're now at 6-15 overall, and they've dropped 10 of their last 12 games. So they'll try it again here against Bismarck in Game 2. We told you earlier about the action that's coming up for the Eagles. And remember, our next Eagle broadcast will be back here at Jack Brown Stadium Thursday, July 10th, with a Double-A doubleheader against the Grand Forks Royals. We'll get underway at 5:15. Our thanks to everyone with the Eagles and to Cody Barrett for taking care of the video. I'm David Burrell. Tough loss for the Eagles. They fall to the Bismarck Governors in 9 innings on the Gun and Reel Sports scoreboard by a score of 4-3. Thanks for listening and good evening from Jack Brown Stadium.